Welcome to a sprinting interval training where we are gonna go like this. We're gonna go for a warm up and then we're gonna go for 30 seconds of all in where you push yourself the hardest as possible. We're gonna do a jump squat in and out. You can always do an ordinary jump squat if you prefer that and it fits you better. And then we're gonna go for 1 minute of a walk around and then 1 minute of active recovery where our focus today is mobilization of our spine. If you prefer to keep those 2 minutes just walking around, getting settled in for the next sprint, you can just do that. So the 2 minutes where 1 minute is a mobilization of the spine, it's all optional. So do whatever fits you the best. The focus is on pushing yourself in those 30 seconds with the jump squat in and out. After that, we have 5 sets and we are gonna go for a stretch in the end. So this session is gonna take approximately 20 minutes with the warm up. It's very important that you warmed up before you're pushing yourself, and then the recovery in between and the stretch in the end. Some of you have suggested to put the beeper on again. I am always willing and open for suggestion. So today we're going to put the beeper on so you can hear it. Some of you find the noise very annoying, but for the next session I will try to have the beeper on, and you can always put a comment below. I know I can maybe not satisfy all of you, so I can just shuffle things up to do it best possible. So today you will need a good set of shoes. I have previously in some of my sessions suggested Hoka Bondi 9. This is the one I'm using. I'm not affiliated with Hoka. It's all a absolute recommendation for me, just being in the business for so many years, trying thousands of different kind of shoes. But you can go ahead and find shoes that fits your feet perfectly well. It's always good to go to a store so you can try different kind of models, and I hope you will find something. It's so important that we have good shoes on, because I've been mentioning this before. We need to do the jumping part to get short of breath, but also to avoid getting injuries in our knees and our hips and our back, and also because you want to do something to get those bones in action so we can avoid getting into osteoporosis or osteopenia, which is the part before you get osteoporosis. Enough talking, we're going to do the warm-up. You got the shoes, you got your water, and you got a smile on your face. My timer is just going to go on with the 30 seconds and the 2 minutes right after. So let's go, let's do this one. We are ready, so start out by walking on the spot, lifting yourself up, chest is up, your chin is in, your shoulders are back down, and you're just gonna move your feet up and down, and moving your arms so we get connected with our spine, engaging your core and absolutely your pelvic floor. We're gonna step it out a little bit further, coming into a bit more of a rotation. So our focus in the active recovery today is our spine, mobilization of our back. We're gonna push both arms up. So pushing up, hands above, shoulder level, and we're gonna open up in our ankle joints. So while we stay here in this more bit of a position between our feet, engaging your pelvic floor, pushing arms forward and shoulders still keeps down, and engaging that core, inhaling and exhaling. We're gonna go in for a swing, so right and left arm. Keep it moving. I'm just gonna plug this in. Hopefully it will stay put, that microphone. Getting all used to using that one, and swinging and doing the rotation. Connecting again with your spine. You're gonna move your foot a little bit more back so you get a good stretch in your hip area, straightening out and engaging your glute muscle. Let's go for 4 and 3, 2, and coming into center, swinging both arms up and forth, getting a good nice stretch in front. Still that chin in, so sometimes I see people pushing that chin forward and back. Just stay still in here. You can avoid neck pain and headaches by doing that. So keep that chin in where it belongs. A little bit more distance between our feet. Inhaling, and as we move those arms up above, shoulder level, we can feel that is affecting our breathing. And exactly that what is focused on doing the sprinting interval training. You want to push yourself the best possible, focusing on those 30 seconds, getting short of breath. Pulling back here, warming up our knees. Stay up nice and tight. Bring those arms back. Feel the connection between your shoulder blades. We're gonna go on 2 on each. So double up here, double up, keep going. Double up, yes, and bring that heel up, pushing it and kicking ourselves in that buttocks. Bring it up for another 2, and let's go one more here, double up, and come back to single again. Swinging arms up in front, and move it here. Bring feet up again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, arms in front, heel in front. Just doing a little bit of a bend in your knees. So bring it forward, pointing toes up, and still keep working on your upper body. So pushing it forward, we're gonna tap it back, tapping behind instead, engaging your core. So tapping for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring your knees up. Still with a good position in your lower back, keep that extension, and you can do that by lifting your chest up, swinging arms out to the side, knees coming up, arms coming up, yes. A little bit more distance between your feet, still knees coming up forward, and hit it off with 8 and 7, 6, go for 4 and 3, 2, bring your feet forward in here like a kicking, lifting up, twisting a bit more in your spine. Hands to opposite leg, so twisting in front here. So do that alternative all the way through for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and continue coming back. So opposite foot, opposite arm, bring it up, stay connecting with your core, engaging your ab muscle. Bring it on for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hands on our thighs. Bring it down and come back up again. Make sure you get even amount down in both your legs. Chin is still in and your chest is up. Try to do a little bit of a retraction between your shoulder blades without pushing your chin forward when you do that squatting. For 8, up we go. 7, keep that chin in. And keep an eye on your pelvic floor. Let's go for 4, squeezing your glutes. And for another 2, bring it down and up again. And in for big circles here. Bring it back, looking to the back. And hopefully you feel a bit warmed up, the worst of the stiffness out of your body, so you are ready to do the jump squat in and out. So 30 seconds of jump squat in and out. You're gonna bring it out and you're gonna bring it in again. And you wanna focus on that intensity. You wanna sound like a train. When those 30 seconds is over, we're gonna start out by walking for 1 minute. You can keep walking for the next minutes as well, or you can just optional follow along with me while we are focusing on doing some rotation and mobilization of our spine. So we are ready to do the first one. You have good distance between your feet to begin with. Shoulders are back. Make sure you don't push your head down and your buttocks up. You want to go down for that squatting. And do remember, my job here is to motivate you to keep going. So maybe I'm stopping. If I were to do this on my own, I would not be able to talk at all. So that's kind of the focus on the intensity you want to go with. I have the beep on now. It's gonna go for a countdown for 10 seconds. And then we're gonna do that 30 seconds of that jump squat in and out. The first sit out of 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. So bring it in and bring it out, squeezing, and just keep moving, jumping up, getting some nutrition to your bones. If this is too much, you can go up here, a little bit less of a jump, but still get that activating. So you want to keep going for 10 more seconds. You want to push it as hard as possible. Inhaling and exhaling for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and you want to just walk it out here. So 1 minute, settling in. Your body is doing all different kind of processes right now, trying to recover, trying to settle in again, and you just want to walk it around, well knowing that you did your first sprint for today. So only 4 left. In 30 seconds, you can either continue just moving around, don't sit down on a chair. You want to tell your body that you are still on your way to work. So you can go with me doing that mobilization of your spine, or you can just keep walking around. So 10 seconds before we do a little bit of a mobilization. And 3, 2. So you can keep walking and you can come along with me. So chin is in. We're gonna go all the way down and we're gonna do a big of a stretch up here and pulling our arms back down into extension. So chin is in, rolling all the way down. If you have a tendency of hyperextension in your knees, keep them just in 0 degrees. No hyperextension, but try not to flex your knees as well. You want to get that good, nice stretching all the way down and all the way up. Just moving slowly. And come back down again. Loosening up and inhaling. So just work with a little bit of a movement here. And one final one. We're gonna walk all the way up and just walk it around. We have 8 seconds. You will know because the beeper is gonna sound, and we're gonna do the jump squat in and out. Let's go. So 30 seconds here, your second round of those 5 sits in all. Pushing it as hard as you can. You wanna inhale. You only have 5 rounds up the sprinting interval, so you want to do it as good as possible. You have 12 seconds left. Keep moving in and out, or do the modification if you have to for some reason. 4, 3, 2, and you're gonna walk it around. So 1 minute, settling down. You don't want to put your head down right now. You're just gonna walk it out. And we're gonna continue, do the mobilization of our back. So just walking and moving. Again, telling your body that we are not done. We have 3 more sprint to go. It's always good to know what is ahead of you. It's just a mindset thing, so move it around. One of the things I see mostly in my daily life as a physiotherapist is people having pain in their back, in their neck, because of they have a restrict in their mobilization. So it's hard for them to turn all the way down in their neck or in their spine, and therefore you often get issues with your spine. So we are gonna go in for some rotation. Starting out here, you can just keep it walking around. It's all up to you. Sometimes I get a comment where you put a comment where it says, aren't we supposed to keep just a recovery for 2 minutes before we're sprinting again? Yes, but you can also do a little bit of an active recovery. That is perfectly fine as well. Just as long as you don't feel that you're all exhausted before you go to the next sit. You want to do this rotation. You have slightly opening your knees, your hips opened, your toes are pointing out to the side. We want to keep going. We're going to straighten our arms, tuck in our core, and move it around here from side to side. And we're going to lower our arms a little bit, going a bit further down in our spine. And in 10 seconds, we are going to hit it off for the 3rd sprint in. All for today's session. You are ready for 3, 2, and go. So bring it out and bring it in. I'm getting a little bit closer. I want to hear you breathing hardly. Inhale, exhale. You only have 2 sprint left right after this one, and you have the 2 minutes recovery. So push it, push it. You can do that ordinary jump squat if that's better for you. The only thing you want to focus on, getting short of breath. You are not able to speak like me. I am guiding you. You are pushing yourself for 4, for 3, for 2, and beautiful. Walk it around. 2 more left, 1 on each leg. And we're just gonna bring it around. Maybe you wanna get a little bit of water. Yes. For the next one, for our active recovery, we're gonna do some extension and some flexion. So what I came from is that often we get pain because we have some kind of restriction in our movements. We want to keep moving. That's what it's all about in life. Move around to see things, move around to stay healthy, move around to get all those endorphins in our body to keep ourselves happy and strong and healthy. You know the drill. 10 seconds. Again, you can either walk around still or you can tag along with me. 3, 2, opening up between your feet, and we're gonna do an extension and a flexion. So make sure that you get all the way into that extension. Sometimes we need to stay put a while just to make sure that we are all the way through in our range of motion. Your hands are just pushed on your thighs so you have a little bit of support from that. And do remember that your head is the final part of your spine, so let it follow along with you, engaging your core. Inhaling, exhaling, just do a slightly movement here, up and down. Slowly getting ready to the 4th out of the 5 sprint for today's session. 10 seconds, just come all the way up, getting settled in here. And in 5 seconds, we're gonna go for the 4th of the jump squat, in and out. Let's do this. Let's do it together, all around the world. Inhale, exhale, jumping higher, jumping lower, bring it up. Using your arms is always a good way. You can put your hands up above shoulder level if you need a little bit more pushing. But you can also jump higher. You can go further down with your buttocks, and you want to keep going because you know what? You only have 1 sprint left when you're done with this one. 4, 3, 2, and here we are. Yes, walk it around. And you should be heavily breathing. I prefer, when I do the sprint, I prefer to do like small and short breathing in and out. So just move it around until we're gonna do one more of a treat to our spine. And I do know that many of you are following along with Dr. Sims, and that's probably why some of you are here. And I know that she's been saying a lot, only do 5 rounds of the sprint. I like the variation again, but the next coming session will be 5 rounds of sprint. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and in here. And we're gonna move it around here, doing the rotation. Just like you're pulling a rope, bring it back. So coming back to that variation part. I know there's a certain way of doing things. I have made a little bit of a video talking about this different way of doing interval training, and there will be one more coming up because I do get that question a lot. Why are you doing more than 5? Why don't you do nothing in your recovery? And why do you bring dumbbells and things like that? And I always refer to her book. Things have been changing along the way, but I always refer to that our body want to do movements in different ways. So pulling back, we are ready. In 10 seconds, you're gonna do your final sprint for today's session, and we have stretching in just a few seconds. 2 and go. Do the best possible you. Again, back to jumping higher, going further down. Inhale, exhale. You can put your arms up above top of your shoulders. You are gonna do it because this is your final round. You only have 15 seconds. The beeper will sound when you're done. Don't look at me, just listen to me, pushing yourself, bring it in. You can do it. Nobody have ever regret doing a workout. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and here we are. So we're just gonna stop this guy, and you might want to grab some water. Moving around. So in those 30 seconds of that sprint, you don't have to sprint anywhere. You can do all different kind of powerful movement like jump squatting, kettlebell swing. You can do all different kind. Just as long, one rule, you need to be affected on your breathing, and you need to get really short of breath, and that's why you only work for those 30 seconds. Sometimes I do 40 and 45. And you always want to listen to you. So grab some water, and I'll guide you through a stretch in the end. So you got everything in within. So if you want to do something else from after this session, I will suggest you to do some strength training. Like you could find a session here where it's only focusing on doing strength. You don't want to do any more interval training. You don't want to do any more cardio after you've been doing a session like this. So let's go in for a good, nice quadricep stretch. You want to push your hip forward. Knees are in line. You have a slightly bended elbow. Your chin is in. Still the good proper position and alignment when we do the stretching. Slowly settling in for your breathing. And I do know when I work out on my own, if I know that I'm going to do 5, I adjust my energy for that. So it's all again depending, change to opposite leg, depending on how you're used to working out like this. If you're not working out and being used to do this where you're really getting short of breath, you might want to start up a little bit more slow, and then 8 different kind of sprint can be a good thing, but you want to find your way around in it. It's all very different how we work here up on top where everything starts. Some people like just to push it as hard as possible, and some need a little bit more of a ease off to begin with. So all again depending on where you are in your fitness journey. Pushing your thighs out to the side, getting a good nice stretch in your inner thigh, engaging your core. So today you got the warm up, you got the sprint with the jump squat, and you got the mobilization of your spine, and we got the stretch, you got the jumping for your bones, you got the explosive movement for the jumping up and down, and you got the work for your lower body, and you got that movement for your upper body. So a lot of stuff packed into this one session, approximately 20 minutes in all, plus minus. I never know, it's all depending on how long the warm-up is. So just a little bit of a stretch here, and bringing arms up, get a good nice stretch in your front. And I hope you did the best. I am sure you did the best. And letting go, and let's go for 4 nice inhale, settling in, inhaling and exhaling again, filling up our lungs with new energy. And a few more, 2 more here to be exact. Bring arms down, and 1 more. Go for that inhale and that exhale. And thank you for joining me. So Until I see you next time, you want to stay happy, you want to stay healthy, and you want to stay strong. So share this session with somebody you like to live a longer life, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it so. It means a lot for our channel, and please come along with a comment below. I always love to communicate with you out there. So thanks once again, and see you in another session.